As we move to a smarter, more flexible, decentralized energy system, how do we ensure that everyone prospers? How do we ensure that energy is provided in ways that consumers want? That low carbon power, heating and transport are linked with energy storage and IT to create intelligent, local energy systems and services that benefit businesses, households and communities. This session aims to demonstrate how community energy is leading the way in tackling all of these issues and in making change happen at a local level. So I will take you on a small little journey around community energy, what it is, set the context for the rest of this session. Then we've got 3 speakers coming up to tackle in a little bit more detail as to actually how community energy is working on the ground. And then we'll open up to Q&As. And I've been on panels with all of these speakers before, so you're in for a treat, so do stick around. So my name is Emma Bridge, and I am the Chief Executive of Community Energy England. Now, Community Energy England was joined about 4 or 5 years ago as the voice for the community energy sector. So it's a membership organisation of, I think we have now 215 organisations all joining together to make sure that people are put at the heart of the energy system. Those members are community energy groups, energy suppliers, local authorities, suppliers, everyone who really wants to support and help the sector grow. But what is community energy? Community energy is essentially people owning, controlling and benefiting from their energy. It can be energy generation, energy supply, efficiency, retrofit. It can be done wholly by communities or in partnership with the public or private sector. It's democratic, it's sustainable, it's fair, and it shares the benefits. Now, as a sector, we are quite small. So every year we do an annual State of the Sector report with Wales. So these figures up here are for England and Wales. Now it says 2017 because we've just closed a survey for 2018, so watch this space, we'll be releasing 28 figures in the next month. But what we found was 228 community energy organisations. Now these are organisations set up by communities primarily to do energy projects. So there are actually lots of other organisations out there, but they weren't captured within the survey. We found of those organisations, they had developed 168 megawatts of electricity capacity. Now, that is quite small. Add in Scotland, it gets a little bit bigger. It goes up to 249 megawatts. But that's still the annual demand of around 67,000 homes. Now, heat is a slightly newer activity for us, but that's going to grow over the next few years. So at the moment, there's just a handful of projects, just under 2 megawatts of heat. But there's quite an interesting debate going on in the sector about how we make sure that heat is decarbonised in a very fair way for consumers, but also how does that link up with the electrification of heat as well. Transport, again, has only really started to happen in the community sector in the last couple of years, and that's mainly at the moment focused in rural areas where communities are banding together to look at ways to replace community services that might otherwise be being reduced due to reducing local authority budgets and so on. But a really important part of community energy isn't just generation, it is energy efficiency. And a lot of community energy organisations are set up simply to raise money to tackle fuel poverty and energy efficiency in their local communities. So in 2017, 84,000 community members were engaged and over 100 energy efficiency upgrades were installed. Now, if you look at that, but then compare with the support and the reach that the community energy sector has, we do consistently punch above our weight. So those 228 organisations have over 48,000 members. So these are voting members, active members involved in those organisations. The sector employs 166 full-time equivalent staff, but we are primarily still a volunteer sector. So we're supported by 1,800 volunteers, giving up their free time because they believe in community energy. Now, because at the heart of what we do, we are passionate about energy, but really what we want to do is transform communities, help our local area. So most profits from surplus from community energy projects go into community benefit funding. So in 2017, £1.1 million was raised for a range of initiatives such as tackling fuel poverty, wildlife projects, improving community assets such as village halls, and even as grants to help other community groups develop energy projects. And as I've just tried to demonstrate, community energy is much more than energy generation. One thing that will be key, if we are going to have an energy transition that is smart, that is flexible, that is decentralized, that is fair, we need to make sure that people are brought along with us, that they understand, that they engage, that it's not just the haves, it's also the have-nots. So community energy is very effective as a trusted local partner in making sure that people understand energy, understand the energy transition, help those that we're never going to get everyone wanting to engage in energy, so those trusted partners to make sure that those needs are taken into account. Through community energy's democratic investment models and engagement practices, it brings more people into the energy transition, including those that many other actors kind of struggle to get to reach out to, such as those more vulnerable communities. Through the ongoing engagement with the beneficiaries of projects, it does create a sense of empowerment, which we found has actually permeated into other areas of people's lives as well. Lots of research recently around community energy's impact on behaviour change, and we found that actually community energy, depending on which statistics you use, is between 3 and 7 times more effective than other actors in getting people to adopt energy efficiency measures, change the way they react with energy. And as mentioned, social impact, tackling fuel poverty is really core to what we do as well. And community energy brings new investment into the local energy arena as well. We're very effective at raising money through community shares, bond offers and crowdfunding. And we make sure that that investment is kept within communities, targeted at local supply chains, skills, local jobs and so on. And of course, it's a really effective local solution. It enables people to take action to global problems such as climate change, such as energy security, which is really important at the moment. So I just really wanted to give a very quick overview and give a bit more time to the speakers to go through their exciting projects. But I just want a few key messages for you to keep in your mind as we go through the rest of the session. So firstly, community energy is not a novel, it's not a new idea, it's been around a while and it is proven. Community energy also brings additional benefits. At the core of what we do is local governance, accountability and engagement. We are a trusted intermediary role in the energy transition, which will be vital. Market-led policy mechanisms at the moment, which are being put forward by government, are causing us unnecessary barriers. So it's not necessarily easy to do community energy projects. Now, I won't mull over that too much, but if anyone wants to talk about any of the policy or regulation issues facing us at the moment, I'd be happy to talk about that afterwards. And community energy doesn't just act alone. We're really open and we're very effective at collaborating. And when we work with the private and public sectors, we can deliver really powerful local energy solutions which transform places. So if any of you are new to community energy, haven't come across us before, contact details up there to find out more information.